Turks, give us like the morning play of Shams when he wakes up.
Like Natural Geographic shit.
Exactly.
Oh, here we find the modern day Shamsi rising from his bed. I'm not gonna go on.
Go on.
I'm sorry. The creature stretches like a feline. No.
That's actually
just
true.
like a feline.
That's actually true.
Man, if anyone has seen you sleeping,
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you sleeping.
Like a
Straight up mummy.
Bro, it is. The first time I saw you sleeping, I'm like, what is going on? It's like he's prepared. Just wrap him up and take him out real quick.
This person is at trust
He's
right now.
possessed.
You want to turn me on? He's just like,
No.
No.
How about we start?
No.
No.
You poke
No, nope. No. We didn't turn you on and we didn't poke you.
No.
press on,
No,
press on my belly button.
No, I'm not pressing on your belly button. No, all right. You know what?
You're into some weird shit. I'm sorry.
Damn you.
Just leave me sleep.
Oh, I didn't even know if this was loud or not, but I'm sorry.
When you see me sleeping, leave me sleep.
Oh,
Good God.
Hey guys. Hey. Hi.
Sarraf. What's happening? Welcome to Past the Kabsa, episode 18. I think I really have no idea anymore.
Is it?
I'm taking a wild guess here.
Okay.
I'm just go for 18. If it's not,
Close enough. It's close enough.
but it's all good. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Adil. Got my homie Turks right behind me.
Yo.
Did you go AO or EO?
Heyo.
Oh, that was a heyo. That was none of the
Sorry.
above.
I am sorry.
I got my homie Champs right in front of me, looking at me, staring at me. He got three fingers up. He wanted to do a peace sign, but he messed up and he put three fingers up. Exactly.
Yeah.
See? So like, hey. All right, that sounds really, really weird.
It's like smart.
I'd like to
kids.
welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to our listeners. Shout out to our viewers also.
We have viewers now.
Nice to see you. I know. No, they're not really enjoying this.
They're not.
They're not.
I hope-
they're loving it, but they're not enjoying it.
There's a difference.
See? You know, it's a guilty pleasure.
Oh, it is?
No, oh, it is? Put your eyebrows down.
I did not know that.
Oh my god! So last episode we were talking about what were we talking about? About Microsoft and how corporate companies are,
Tracking employees.
tracking employees.
Yeah.
So today I was reading something. It says Microsoft patents technology that can score meetings based on facial expressions and body language.
Okay. It's like, is it like
What?
reviews
What?
for
Wait,
meetings?
what?
Basically. This is a good meeting. You should
All
come
right.
back again.
The patent discovered by GeekWire described the system using cameras, sensors, and software tools to determine the effectiveness and productiveness of a meeting. One example is how much a participant contributes to a meeting versus performing other tasks. Example, texting, checking email, browsing the internet.
Oh, wow.
Data gathered by the system could be used by management to decide whether a meeting was successful, highlighting potential problem areas that should be changed. Venue, who to invite. Who to invite is very
Wow.
important. The time of day it's held, etc.
Yeah, but you're relying on like machines telling you what the actions of people are in the meeting.
They're relying
Maybe I'm checking my phone to pull up an email that I'm going to discuss
I agree
on
with
the
you.
meeting.
They're relying on the camera to basically track your facial expressions and where you look and what you're doing.
So it's basically like a.
I mean,
think of a
Magellan.
box with like cameras in certain angles with sensors, motion sensors, and everything. And all it's doing is just looking at your body.
Pretty much.
I know this never happened to you in your life,
No.
but it's really disgusting for someone to look at your body.
Sorry.
Okay.
She said okay.
Yeah, I can imagine
She
that.
said okay.
No, but the thing I have a problem here. The thing I have a problem with here is like, okay, I am attending this meeting, sure. Like maybe I don't really have to contribute much, so then I'm not really supposed to look at the meeting at the screen. I'm listening. I'm actually tuning in. But this would score me badly because I'm not as engaged as somebody else who's, for example, taking
Exactly.
notes.
Again, like I said, it's about facial expressions, about body language.
Yeah, you can easily hack that stuff. You can just like look at the camera all the time and just smile for the whole thing, and start cursing someone out just while you're
That
smiling.
is so creepy.
Yeah, it is.
I
That
don't
is
like
so
that.
creepy.
That's some 1984 stuff. I don't like that.
1984 when the technology didn't exist.
The book, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Culture.
Yeah.
Shamsi, you know it.
He's not. Yeah.
Okay.
You better be more specific with me, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Trying to reference a book from
That's
1927.
that's the Big Brother is watching you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
you
that
should, you
sounds
should know
interesting.
that at least.
Well, I thought that was very, very scary.
It is.
It is.
And that's what he's saying. Big Brother is watching you. Like this is
No, we all-
that example.
We
of-
already knew the Big
yeah,
Brother
yeah,
was
but
watching.
this is another example of how like technology is intruding on your private space. Like, yo, you asked me to attend the meeting. I'm attending the meeting. I'm here.
Yeah.
So don't I don't know, criticize me or judge me for not being as attentive as somebody else.
So if Let me put my CEO hat real quick on.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now, I'll say, guys, we have a meeting.
Okay.
You guys come in. You don't want to come to the meeting, but you just showed up to the meeting.
Okay.
And to me, this meeting is important. That's why we're having a meeting.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you come in with the whole attitude of, I'm here. Just be grateful that I'm here.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in the sense of Zoom and the whole idea of working from home.
This is not about Zoom. This is about an actual workplace.
Oh.
I have meetings sitting in a place. This is not
Okay.
Zoom.
Oh, I thought this was Zoom
That's what I
related.
told you. I was like, imagine an office with cameras and sensors everywhere reading your body language. I didn't say your home.
Okay. I visualized that completely differently.
No. We're talking about an actual office space.
Okay.
That makes more sense. I thought you were talking about online meetings.
No,
and
no,
the
no.
camera,
My bad,
like
my
it's,
bad. That's my fault.
software that
that's my
reads
fault.
your
Okay,
camera.
that actually makes it worse though.
I know. This is actually worse than
Yeah.
just being at home.
If I'm
So
attending a
much
meeting
worse.
with 3 people and 4 cameras, I don't like that.
Yes.
I don't like that.
With motion sensors and everything. Just like looking at every single move.
Yeah.
Champs, he blinked 4 times in a second. He must be lying.
What does he mean about that? No,
Exactly.
but that's not cool. But I think this is like, is this something that they're rolling out?
They just patent it.
They patent. Okay.
Yes.
بالعافية عليهم. No, keep that.
Oh,
We're good.
Again, keep that. But again, companies have the right, if they want to install that, say, we have the right to install that.
I think it's going to take a minute.
I see a lot of
actually see it.
loopholes in this thing. صراحة. You can hack the system to like give you a better score. And
How? Explain to
they
me.
like smile the whole time, even when I'm just. I just told you about this.
Walk into the meeting with an auto grin.
Yes,
Done,
exactly.
basically.
Yes. You can. I mean, it messes up with your tactic in the meeting if you have some sort of like maybe you're meeting with someone and you're trying to put down your foot about some sort of subject. So you're mean mugging, and I go, oh, this dude is
What
not
kind of
doing
meetings are you going to?
some rough ones.
Like they
I'm
just
sorry.
take him into rooms.
I'm sorry.
Me and mug him for half an hour.
No,
and then let
sometimes-
him out.
Do you guys like meet in an alley?
No, I'm sorry, but wow.
Like, what's your
But
meeting
you're
take
meeting
place?
with different parties and you're trying to
You know what? I actually
I
look-
think he's confusing gang initiation
Oh, wow.
and meetings.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
This is what it sounds like.
you know what? I actually look forward to the day I actually have regular meetings because all the
I thought you were about to say look forward to a gang initiation.
no.
Like, you don't need that.
I don't think I need to look forward to that.
Sorry, keep
I was
going.
gonna come by surprise. Don't worry.
Wow. Okay.
We're gonna beat his ass for 45 minutes and say you're not in.
We're still
Give it a
like,
try tomorrow.
fair enough. Like we're still doing the whole virtual lifestyle, virtual meeting.
Virtual lifestyle.
Yeah, like
Virtual
we're working from
lifestyle.
home. we have.
No, most people are back in the office. What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking like where I
Some
work.
people are still working from home.
There's like a rotation kind
Yeah.
of thing going on.
Don't is your mic squeaking?
Yes.
Do you have a mouse trapped in there?
Oh, my bad. Okay, you're saying?
Like actually, I look forward to the idea of meetings coming back and like the whole process of work going back to normal rather than having this.
It's,
Zoom.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm telling you, it's a little awkward with the like physical meetings because you got like everyone in masks and like 2 seats apart.
And
Exactly.
and everything is just muffled basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Unless like you got the people that are pulling their masks down, talking, and then putting their masks up. Like why?
Yeah, they're not supposed to do that.
True, but
What else is going on?
It's not about that. You done? You really
Yeah,
want to
we're
go
good.
back to
Yeah,
normal
we're-
meetings? I don't believe you.
Yeah,
I think
Okay.
working from home is much better.
Oh yeah, I prefer that.
it is, but in some ways it's not. It's more productive when you're working on your own on like a project.
Were you more productive when you were working from
That's what
home?
I'm saying. When you're working on a project on your own, it is more productive. But if you're working in a team,
When you're trying to coordinate with a lot
Yeah,
of people,
exactly.
it gets a little. Yeah, I get it.
it's not as.
It depends on your
smooth.
workflow.
It's not as smooth. It's not as smooth.
Depends
Okay,
on
I
what
see
kind of
that.
work you're doing.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to go back to the office by next month.
You think so?
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be back in the office by next month.
Like I know some people haven't been back at the office for like 6-7 months.
True, but the
They
numbers
are
good,
lucky.
man.
Yeah.
Josh, can you move that light, man? It's hitting right into my eye.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's really hurting my eye. Yes. Now, how about you twist it a little bit? Thank you.
Anyways, what else is going
How
on?
about happy National Day to our brothers in
Yes.
UAE,
Happy National
to
Day
the government, to the
yeah.
people of UAE.
49
Our brothers and
49?
sisters.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, family. We're family. We're family.
And all the
Your,
family.
your success is our success, and your national holiday is also our national holiday.
Yeah.
Like
Just
we're-
a holiday.
We want to celebrate. So
we want to celebrate.
we'll
Yeah,
celebrate.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't we have it off last year?
Did we?
Oh no. Did we?
I don't think.
I'm trying to
No,
remember.
no, I
Did
don't
we?
think-
We didn't.
No.
We should.
Why not?
Yes.
That's one more thing to add to the schedule.
Yes. I think we should.
Hey, any new vacations? I'm down.
Yes.
But, any days off?
Any
Just give us a heads up.
Any
Yeah.
additional days off?
Yeah.
Like you're off.
Yeah.
We're always looking for additional days off.
Hmm.
Interesting. Chancey, I want to
Good
ask you a
talk, you
question.
guys.
Ask me a question.
Before I ask you a question, we want to talk about Queen's Gambit real quick.
Okay.
So I have an opinion.
Queen's Gambit, which
Yes.
is
It's a show on Netflix. It was a limited series that came out about like November, I think, or October.
Apparently based on a book.
October, apparently based on a book.
apparently okay.
Okay. So there was an argument. There was a fight today.
Okay. What is it
All
about?
right. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
All right. So if you haven't watched the Queen's Gambit, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to have this discussion because some people are assholes, and it's mainly me. But this time it's actually Turks.
It is mainly you.
But-
we agree
fair
on
enough.
that.
But
Fair enough.
oh, now we agree. Oh, now we're all singing along together, huh?
Fair enough.
So I finally finished it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes.
I haven't.
Well, sucks for you because I'm about to ruin the whole thing for you.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
For what you did today,
Fair enough.
I apologize from now.
You finally finished it.
I finished it.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of issues.
Okay.
How about I start with the good things?
Sure.
I really love the cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The camera angles have been perfect. The color grading, the editing, the costumes,
I agree. I agree on all of those.
all of those have been amazing.
Yeah.
Even the choices of clothes, like giving her a checkered jacket,
Mm.
so it looks like it's
They
a.
perfected the theme.
It's
They
all
really
very-
perfected
It's
it.
all very classy.
And in that scene, I'm not gonna say which episode since
He hasn't finished it.
when she's all in white.
Okay. And the other guy. Okay.
You-
Yes.
You understood the reference?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Interesting. I got it.
Which episode are you on? So I can.
4.
You're on 4.
Halfway through.
Well, anyway.
I think I'm on 4.
So
I
the
got 2
idea
more
of
episodes,
white
right?
always
Starting first.
starts first,
Yes.
and she ends in white,
It's
walking
a chess
around.
show. We didn't mention that.
Yes.
That is important. It is
Yeah.
a chess show. It is about a girl.
It's a show that's supposed to tell you that chess is amazing. They did a great job cinematography wise to make it look really interesting and appealing.
Yeah.
And they did a great job of making you feel like, yeah, this is a show that I like to watch. Let me tell you, can I go to problems or you want to say something?
Like it's basically the idea is not about chess is amazing. It's about a girl who is amazing at chess. That's basically the story of the book, of the show and the book. So the series is you seeing her grow up and get better and better. That's the whole pretty much story. So go on.
So now since you put the breakdown, he saw the first 4 episodes.
Okay.
Let's talk about the beginning.
Okay.
So I thought it was very slow at first. And I thought, okay, is this Breaking Bad slow? Where I have to pay attention to every single little detail?
Mm.
Or is it just slow? Until now, I don't know it was a book. When I knew it was a book, it was even worse. I got really angry. Because then it reminded me of Game of Thrones. I hated Game of Thrones for a specific reason. When I told him and everybody else, we had a huge fight. But when me and you had a conversation, because Shamsi read the books
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times.
multiple times,
Nerd.
Shamsi-
he's a nerd.
helped me out to look halfway. He was like, okay, yes, from season 4, season 5, when it started losing.
From season 1 till season 3, it was great because
Perfect.
it matched the books.
Yeah.
It matched the books, book 1, book 2, book 3, and it followed the flow of the books.
Yeah.
Season 4 is basically where they started going off the rails. So the season after the Red Wedding was when it started going off the rails. Why? Because
Oh, that early.
yeah,
Okay.
because book 4 in the series takes a complete left turn compared to the rest of the series. Like the writer introduces a lot of new characters. He starts on a lot of different new plots. And the writers of the show, they were like, this is going to take us a lot of time.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because they are idiots and stupid people who should never have been given a show like Game of Thrones,
Seriously? Wow, okay.
they ended up basically like cutting a lot of the subplots from season.
I mean, the last season was a shitty season, but I wouldn't call them idiots.
for me, honestly, the way they ended the series like destroyed the whole thing for me.
True. I agree.
We'll
But
get to
he-
the end of the series in a second.
He was
Okay.
talking
But-
about Queen's Gambit.
But no,
Say.
I'll go back again. Because
Did you
this-
watch Game of Thrones? I didn't remember.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
So I binged it real quick before the final season. And then I
just to
called
prove points.
from season 4. No, because I don't want to trash something without me watching it.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the beginning, I just ignored it. I told you guys it wasn't my interest.
Your motivation.
Then
is
I was like,
amazing.
you know what? No, seriously. I was like, I'm not gonna trash nothing. But I was like, you know what? Since the final season, everybody's talking about it. Fine. Now I'll
Might
just
as
go
well.
through it.
Exactly.
By the time I got to season 4, I was calling Champsy.
Wow.
Like season 4, 5, and whatever the hell. 5 was the last one or 6?
For that 5, 6, and 7.
All right. Whatever those last.
So you noticed the shift.
Yes, I noticed a lot of filler episodes. I noticed there's a lot of tasheeb al-fadi.
Mm.
And I kept calling him and he was filling in the blanks for me.
So because basically what ended up happening was the writers of the show didn't really have solid material to build the rest of the show on. So they just ended up winging it.
Yeah, they have bullet points
Bullet
from
points,
George R. R.
and-
Martin. They had to figure out the rest of the story.
No, and they decided to do things their own way, which the writer didn't agree with. But he was like, "Fine, since you guys are doing the show, like as long as you adhere to these general,
Yeah.
you know, we never really know what happened with the end of the series. He never really talked about it. We don't know if the
I
books,
bet he never talked about it.
yeah, we don't know if the books, which we don't know when it's coming out. There's like 2 more books left, are if it's gonna match the rest of the series or not.
Okay.
So when I learned that Queen's Gambit was actually a book, then it made sense. Yes, I felt like they skipped a lot. First off, I think she did a really amazing actress.
She did a
I
great job.
a great, amazing job, especially when I found out that she was taught all the chess they were playing, even the speed rounds. It was all
It was
taught.
proper chess.
Yes, and it was all taught right minutes before they start recording.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she didn't play chess.
No,
it was scripted.
yes, exactly. But like she was taught right before she started recording
Oh, okay.
how to move,
and basically,
and she was picking it up so quick. That was also amazing.
Okay.
But when she was 17, she was 17, right? Before she got to high school, right?
yeah,
She was 17. So
in the show, not
in the
real
show,
life,
yes,
yeah.
in the show. It didn't make sense. I didn't believe that she was 17. For a while, I was thinking like she's 23, 24.
because she looked the same.
Yes, I didn't buy the whole 17-year-old.
That's Hollywood, dude.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about a great show here.
Yeah,
I'm
we are.
telling you the things that annoyed me about it. So I didn't believe that, and I ignored. I was okay. Let's go keep going with the story. And then I feel like the book had more information to offer and more details compared to what I was offered. In terms of everything I told you was great, but in terms of the story, I didn't feel like it was a great story. All right, she relapsed like 100 times, bro. And you made me wait in the same exact way for a savior to come and change her mind. It happened 3-4 times or whatever.
In the show?
Okay.
Or
In the
books?
show. I never read the book.
From my point of view,
Then how are you saying this? The
I'm talking about the show. I told you the story of the show wasn't great for me. That's what I was saying.
Because,
Yeah, okay,
because
I
they
get
might
that.
have cut out a lot of things. That's what
Yes, I feel like there was gaps in the story. That's how I felt. I felt like whatever I was offered, it wasn't the whole story, and I feel like I feel like there's gaps.
okay.
So that's how I felt watching it. This was my argument about it. That's why I started with it's an amazing show, cinematography, everything about it with the details. I love the little details, bro. I can't wait for you to get the sorry to the last episode.
To be honest, I mean, this morning's argument aside,
Oh, now we're gonna be friends.
this morning's argument
Go
aside,
ahead.
the first episode was great. Second episode was an interesting start, and then like episode 3 and 4 it really slowed down a little.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
I agree
I
with-
told you the pace. The pace. At
Yeah.
times it was fast. At times it was too slow, and I don't know what's going on. I couldn't have a connection that I understood what's going on with the show.
Yeah.
I agree with the I
Go ahead.
agree with the idea of it slowed down midway through the show.
Did you finish it?
I finished it. Yeah. The way I looked at it, I really enjoyed it. First of all, I loved the way the story was structured in the sense of, it started off basically episode 1 started off midway halfway through the story, and then it went all the way back, and then it took you like 3-4 episodes almost to get to that point where she started episode.
Which I like.
Yeah, this is a storytelling technique. This was one of the storytelling techniques that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed how it was structured into 7 episodes, and each episode had a very specific theme that it followed. So it felt to me like they took that book of whatever 30 chapters or 20 chapters, and they made it into a 7-chapter series. Now, when it comes to adapting source material such as a book to a TV show, there's always going to be liberties taken. So I understand how you say like there's a lot of details taken out because you can't really squeeze everything in. You kind of need to think bigger. So if a book has 50 characters, a TV show is going to have 10 because you really can't have 50. 50 is way too much for the viewer to keep track of. So the way I saw how they built the story with the mother and the childhood friend and the reporter and the friends from the chess class, they kind of distilled all of the different people or the cuts into those people. All the details you might have missed have been distilled into these 4 or 5 different characters that help the hero along her journey. And that's another thing I appreciated. The story was very classic in that sense of every person you meet in the series is somebody who is going to
Has a purpose.
is going to take the story forward.
Yeah.
There was, I did not feel like there was any like fat on it. It was extremely lean, the whole 7-episode thing. And I was a bit disappointed that it was just 7 episodes. I wanted to go longer, honestly.
I'm seeing a lot of
I
fat
think
in these
if it was longer, it would have been much better.
I think I disagree, actually. I think
Really?
the fact that they kept it to 7 in the sense that, okay, we squeezed everything we could out of this book and we think this is enough to make like the orange juice of the series, basically.
I think if they did it as 40 minutes to 45 minutes and made it longer to a 10 episode, it would have been perfect.
That's there. See, that would be a difference in pacing, in the sense of how long is each chapter.
Because I felt like they went too fast and they went too slow.
Because
And then at the end,
did it have cliffhangers? I didn't really feel like it had cliffhangers.
no, I don't feel
So
like
yeah, so the storytelling technique was all about like opening up the
like chapters. Exactly. Yeah. Now see, now when you said that,
Yeah.
see, this is why I negotiate with Shamsi.
Oh, okay.
I don't talk to you losers.
Hey, enjoy.
And
This is the dude you go for to like discuss shows.
You saw the breakdown?
But
That's exactly the correct breakdown because I was looking at it in the same way. Like, this is very kind of weird.
Pacing,
What
it's
am I?
pacing.
Yeah, what am I looking at exactly? What are you trying to give me? How are you trying to feed me the story?
one thing I wanted, honestly, I wanted more focus on the chest. Like I would literally pause.
That was another point that I want to get to.
Like you see her make the moves, but I would literally pause every like 2-3 seconds just to follow the progress of the game in my head. Like, okay, I've played chess for a long time.
I feel like there should have been more focus on that specifically.
But I think, the thing that made it really interesting was after I finished the series, somebody made a comment on Twitter, and I told this to Turks, and I find that hilarious and it's so on point. It's basically a Japanese sports anime, but filmed for live audiences. In the sense of like,
that's actually a good point. Yes,
that's a really good way of putting it. Because
Yes.
like Japanese animes, there's a lot of Japanese animes about like basketball and fencing and sports, and they make that shit so exciting. You know, they pump you up. It's all about personality.
It's
and
like Americans in
characters.
NASCAR.
In a sense, like there's so many backstories and subplots, and the focus is not really on the sport. So that's what they did here. The focus wasn't as much on the actual chess, although it was.
It was actually. I'm sorry, I don't agree with you.
No, it was.
It was.
But it was more about the characters and their
development.
But I lost interest with the character early on.
Did you?
I lost midway. Midway, I lost interest because I just didn't understand. Okay, you take a loss. Okay, you took this L,
Mm.
and you go back to the same square one that you were in before, like an episode ago, and then it just okay, I understand that you break down every time you
It's the hero's
lose.
journey. The hero goes up and up, and
Yeah.
then he faces a trial, and he goes back down.
Like-
he needs somebody to pick him up
all
again.
right.
The hero's never like always a he. I'm sorry.
No, the hero's journey in the classic archetype
This
sense.
guy.
Like,
Their
this guy.
journey.
But anyway,
anyways, go on.
first off, I thought it was gonna be some Marvel bullshit when it started. When I started looking at this, like chess moves are moving around.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I was going on here.
Imagination.
All right, okay, so this is really a white show about pills.
Wow.
Okay, I understand.
She's a Marvel actor though.
What's-
The actress.
The actress.
no, I'm talking about.
Go on, go
Sorry.
on.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I know this.
So let's go back to the main character for a second. So when she kept relapsing, every time she lost and she fell, at least give me something different than the one before. She fell the same way and got saved the same way, over and over again. Like, no, give me at least once when she really went down. Okay, yeah, she fucked up the house and she was drinking and yada yada yada. So that wasn't really because of enough. She smacked her head and she just woke up. Like, why you give me when she smacked her head? I'm like, oh, did she lose her powers?
okay, now I think.
Oh,
you're-
what happened?
Okay,
Oh, she can't play chess no more. Also, she like just got up, like everything was normal, and just like started drinking again. Everything was
They
normal.
were expecting Miller Dow, baby.
it's not a superhero show. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like and look at it from that.
Like,
frame.
don't highlight her smack in the head if it's gonna be a 5-second thing.
Like I don't even remember the smack in the head, to be honest.
When the dude came knock on the door and she didn't open because she passed out, she smacked her head. She was drunk or some shit.
Okay.
That's it.
Spoilers.
Like it was just the whole idea of her.
Trust me, it wasn't even worth of a fucking
Well,
spoiler.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a
fair.
bunch of bullshit.
It's just like the hero going through tough times, going through the abyss, and like waiting for somebody to pick them up. And save
Okay.
them. Yeah, it's just again the progress.
the same abyss she's been going through for like 25 minutes.
Now the reason
I mean, 5 episodes.
the interesting thing about the show, like I think the reason we're discussing the show here today is because we had a discussion earlier before we came with the episode on how the show like actually affected chess and how people view chess. Like me and you started playing chess again,
True.
which is something that I think we haven't done like 6-7 years ago.
True.
And there's this stat that came out.
That's
Netflix.
called hype.
No, there's a
It is
stat.
hype.
It's called hype. That's all you're doing. You're lost in the hype.
Okay, there's
That's
a stat that came out. Okay, that
Here's the thing. You always play chess though.
I always play chess with people who like to. I don't usually.
Yes,
find
but you,
people.
you
you
play
always play
online.
chess.
Yeah,
You always play
I
chess.
play chess online. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're
Like
bored, you
chess
play
playing for chess to go back to chess. That's interesting for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's
But
way
you,
back in the day.
you've always been playing
Yeah,
chess.
it's not about me. It's about like what happened after the show came out. So
Okay.
apparently, after the show came out, inquiries for chess sets on eBay are up to 150%. Google search queries for how to play chess has hit an all-time high in 9 years. Okay, and the novel actually became a bestseller. Like this is how.
This is called hype.
No, man, this is
This is called hype. Michael Jordan is wearing a new Air Jordans. Everybody's buying Jordans. Jordans are back in stock again.
the numbers.
But people are buying. It's hype.
The number of players has quadrupled
gives a
on
shit,
chess.
son.
No, it's actually nice. Like that culture can
Hype,
guide
hype.
people.
That's all you tell me. Marketing man.
Okay,
This is what you guys do.
but you see that as a bad thing.
No, I don't say it's a bad thing.
Exactly.
I'm just saying just hype. That's
It's
it.
hype,
That's all
yeah.
I'm saying.
I'm saying it's a good thing. Like people are playing chess now. That's great.
Ooh,
Chess is a
Netflix
great
should have
game.
capitalized on that and released their own like chess set.
Okay.
See, that's marketing, man. for
All
me.
right. Relax.
No?
Stop handing out free ideas.
No, you open it up and there's a CD, like a
Stop
Blu-ray.
giving them free ideas.
Nobody does
Netflix
see
hit
the-
me
Netflix hit us up.
Yeah.
We got a great idea for you. We just spoiled half of it already.
Yeah.
Um,
Original idea. Nobody thought of this. Nobody thought of this.
Wow.
It's a chess piece.
With CDs. Wow. I'm not sure you're gonna do with CDs though, but okay.
Oh my god, it's gonna go with a Microsoft document for presentation.
Do
Not even PowerPoint.
The hype is real though. Like after 2 episodes, I just started like YouTubing chess openings and how to start and everything.
Okay, see, that's hype. That's
That
hype
is
right
hype.
there.
Yeah.
All of this is hype. It's normal. It's hype. It's okay. People are just hyped up about it. They enjoyed it. Speaking of Netflix and all that, when was it? First off, Netflix got really, really lucky with this show.
I mean,
If it was not for COVID, this show, I don't think it would have got any of the hype that it had.
you
Seriously?
think so?
Yes.
No, it came out in October.
I came
Yeah.
on way too late.
Thanks
already.
to COVID.
No, the
No, no,
COVID.
but I mean-
the Tiger King was really lucky for
No,
COVID.
Tiger
Tiger King was. That's a show nobody would have watched.
But it was stupid. That's
but
why
it
people
was
watched it.
Perfect timing.
I never
exactly.
watched that show.
You never watched it?
Oh.
It's really, really dumb.
I don't. That's why.
Like seriously, like you don't have to waste your time.
You don't know Carol Baskin?
Thank you. See, he
Yeah,
said it. He
yeah,
said
you
it.
don't have to waste your time.
No.
I don't want to waste my
Like
time.
for me, it was a filler.
Yeah, it is.
That's it. I was doing something that I hadn't played, and I looked up every time I heard something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all
That's it.
bored. We're sitting at home. We can't go out.
But I think
Tiger
because
King.
of COVID-19 and because of everybody playing board games more, especially people who were stuck with their house with their families for a long, long time, for like 5-6 months,
oh yeah.
and then this came along, and I think this what really gave it something. I don't think if it just came out when everybody's just doing their thing, that would have been this popular.
It wouldn't have this. It wouldn't have had this effect on the culture.
Yes,
I
yes,
agree.
yes.
But
on the culture.
on the culture,
On the culture.
yeah, bro.
On the,
Like-
it had zero effect on all the cultures,
People
bro.
Speed chessing
Zero.
right now in cafes. Like,
No,
you're-
nobody.
You're not watching.
It's still COVID times.
Yeah, but I agree with that. I wouldn't have had as big of a splash, but it's still a great show, honestly.
It's again, I told you, from my point of view,
What's your rating? out of
Turks,
10?
I can't wait for you to get to the last episode. The way the director of photography needs a lot of fucking respect. You're gonna love it.
Well, love.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
And
Yeah.
that's
I
part of the
repeated that scene every time they switch away from that scene and they go like up close. I rewind. I want to see this again. The lineup, everything rewind.
And that's the part of the appeal of the show, honestly. Like part of the appeal is how very well shot. And
Yes.
Yeah.
how beautiful.
How beautiful it was. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I respected that. That what kept me going, to be honest.
So what's your rating out of 10?
Out of 10, you'd be angry about this.
Nah,
Let me see your rating. Then I can tell you mine. Because I don't want to be harsh off the bat.
shoof, it's not about being harsh. Yani,
Because this is something that you enjoy more than me.
I think it's between a 7 and 8. 7.5 maybe.
Oh, so we're around the same thing.
Yeah, 7.5.
I was giving it 7.
No, it was good. 7.5 for me is not bad. And for me, 8 is great. And then 9 is like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
it's not a 10.
8.
It's a limited
one
series.
لحالها طيب though.
Mhm.
Rating of episode 1 لحالها.
8-9.
Right?
Yeah.
أنا بالنسبة لي, I think it's a 9.
8-9.
Yeah,
It's a
episode,
9.
episode 1 was pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, they
honestly.
started so perfect. They just kept going down like episode by episode. They're not
Yeah.
really.
No,
They can't match that same excitement. Of
and now
episode one.
Netflix knows that people like this kind of stuff.
No, not really.
No.
Ooh, are you expecting Karam series?
This is the creative kind of man.
I want to see. I wanna-
Netflix, hit me up.
I want to see the close up of the baby powder. That's it. I just want to see the close up.
Like the grandmother that comes out of retirement, you know.
Oh,
Tough times are here.
she just throws away the batani and she walks up, stands up.
She's like,
Mother is standing again.
there's an international Kiram tournament. She needs to represent.
Like for most of like the first episode, she's in the corner just cracking her knuckles.
Ridiculous. Wearing a t-shirt with sponsors like Johnson and Johnson.
Like there's a sad scene as like, you know, it rains and the Kiram table swept away. No.
Oh, that was a dumbass scene.
Never write a
Shamsi.
movie, Shamsi,
Never write a
please.
movie. What
Never
kind
write
of
a
scene?
movie.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Bro, it's a show about a retired grandma who comes out to take Kiram. I think we can be as stupid as we want. Honestly, we have the right to be as stupid as we want.
Ya Allah.
Netflix,
True.
you know where to find us?
No, don't find us. Don't find
We're right
us.
here. We're right here.
Please.
Oh god.
Wow.
You don't find us.
Oh my god.
3 seconds, they'd be like, you know what? That was a waste of a trip.
We have other-
Shamsi comes in. It's raining. The carom goes into the rain and just slides away with pieces and powder just flying off.
Bro, I'll just walk in, I'll throw like the chips on the table. I was like, this is what we're playing with. They're gonna come in with the baby powder. He's like,
I am
let's
so
go.
ashamed to be
I am
with you.
trying to put our reputation in a good light.
What reputation, bro? Do we-
Exactly.
Exactly. What reputation?
Exactly.
I don't even know what you're
So
talking
stop trying to destroy the non-reputation that we don't have that we're trying to have,
The wrong
but we
reputation.
can't afford.
Exactly. Wow.
Man, good times. But overall, look at the show. I think
It's a great
visually
show.
it's beautiful.
Play chess.
Don't play chess.
Download thechess.com.
Y'all got work. Finish your tasks.
Me and Turks are available
Everybody's
to
like
play.
late on his tasks. Go check your emails.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at us?
Bro. Like for real, download the application.
Which application?
The chess application. It's fun. It is fun. It is fun.
Is it like what is it? The
Chess.com.
Queen's Gambit
No,
or?
it's chess.com.
Oh, okay,
It's the regular
chess.com, the regular one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a try.
The regular.
I'm about to say,
Wow.
like I've been on it all day long. like I know the horse. Anyway.
one. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this up early today, fellas.
No, I got one more question before you bounce.
What?
Uh,
What's up?
So watching the Champions League yesterday, everybody's watching this like on Sunday, Monday. So this is recorded earlier.
Yeah.
So
As if they didn't know that.
I think this is because of COVID, to be honest. Because last season, the end of last season, we didn't really pay close attention because it was still weird, and they just wanted to get the seasons over with. So we accepted. We just want to finalize the season.
What was the finale
Okay.
last year?
Just-
What was the finale? Which league?
Champions.
So-
Were you talking about champions?
just,
I'm talking about football overall.
just to give an overview. So COVID happened, right? COVID happened. The football season was still going on.
Yeah.
They had to stop. Like
Mhm.
all the big European countries had to stop. So they restarted. Most of them restarted in June, July. They finished up last season, and then they had to start this season really quickly just to make up for the time. Okay. So what's been happening is there's no fans in the stadium. The teams have been playing like games every 2-3 days. So it's a very irregular
Yeah.
season.
It's crunch time.
It's very crunchy.
Yes.
And a lot of COVID-19 people getting
Yeah.
sick and being out of the team for like 2 weeks.
Like people were pissed about Salah because Mohamed Salah went to his brother's wedding in Egypt and he got COVID. And people were like, what the hell, bro? Like there was a video of
he
him.
survived in the UK without COVID.
Yeah. there was a video of him dancing at his brother's wedding.
Yeah.
And he had his mask like around his face, around his mouth, not in his nose.
A chin strap.
A chin strap. He had a
Okay.
chin strap. A diaper. He had a diaper.
Okay.
And people were pissed at him for like not being careful and stuff. But anyways, going back to
Well,
How was he dancing though?
pretty good.
Does he know how to dance? Okay, cool.
Pretty sure he
Well
does.
done. Well
I
done.
thought-
That's how much I care about football.
he wasn't.
Dancing
He wasn't
man.
even dancing. Someone like held him up and he was just waving him around or something.
Like, he was
Like a trophy because
he
he
was-
is a national treasure.
Yes.
He is a national treasure.
He is an Arab national treasure.
He was swaying.
He is.
Maybe not dancing, he was swaying.
Okay.
Look at him. He's swaying.
Exactly. Because apparently real men don't dance. But
So
anyways,
anyway, back
go
to our
on.
point.
Yeah.
Real men don't dance.
Go on.
You just have no rhythm. That's what it's called.
That's not my words.
Trust me, no rhythm. How about you just kick the table while you're at it?
Going back to what you're saying.
Well, so when that season finished, well, I'm a huge Real Madrid fan. Shamsi is a huge Chelsea fan, and we have in our small circle we have everyone from Juventus, Barcelona, all around.
You're not
Arsenal.
gonna say what I'm a fan of?
He's a fan of himself.
Galatasaray.
You with the Turks?
I don't know. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's
the
what I
other
thought.
ones,
He's
Yeah, that's what I thought.
talking about his
Check yourself.
Schalke.
You know whose house this is?
Oh, you're with Hitler?
No, shit,
Oh, okay.
no.
All right, there we go. All right,
Okay.
now we're dead.
Well,
So last year I was paying close attention to Madrid. I was like, okay, they can actually win the league if they don't lose anything. But looking at the performances, like, okay, it's kind of weird because everyone's like afraid a little bit. Anyway, season ends. This season starts, and off from the start, we all understood no fans, no home and away advantages anymore
Because of no fans.
because of no fans. So anywhere you go, it's basically you and your talent. So I feel like the players had less pressure on them.
Definitely.
So looking at how everything really like fell in terms of performance, like across the board.
I mean, go on.
No, there are teams who are doing good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying overall, you had much higher competition than you see right now.
You had.
Yes, you had. My
Okay.
bad. You had higher competition than what you're looking at in the Champions League and the Premier League and the Liga.
Mhm.
And
Compared to now.
Compared to
before
now,
and
yes.
and then.
if you look at just the beginning of last season compared to now.
I actually disagree.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me.
So it has been a weird season, okay? And because of, as you mentioned, so usually home advantage plays a big, it helps. Home
Okay,
teams
hold
a
on.
lot.
Maybe I didn't.
Phrase
What
that.
I meant was I'm looking at the big teams and football overall.
Okay.
Yes, there are teams that are performing who usually don't perform. I'll give you that. But I'm talking in terms of football performance.
Yeah. So a lot of the big
How
teams-
many matches did you turn on you were not enjoyed? And how many matches did you turn on that you were happy that you saw it? Very far and few.
I think you're just talking about Madrid, bro.
No. I'm talking about overall. Very far and few.
Like, Chelsea's been doing pretty well, honestly.
So every Chelsea match is a match that I have to watch and I'll be happy. We just saw a match last week and we all fell asleep. You fell asleep. You were ignoring your own match.
Yeah, that was
So
that was
so
a
hey,
one-off.
get flicky. Second listen to this.
No.
No, you're just happy about your team.
But
Pause it. Hold on. Let me do this again. 2010 till 2020, which is basically like before COVID-19.
Okay.
I think
The past decade.
the past decade was the best decade in terms of footballing performance that we have ever seen to date.
I agree. I agree with that because of do you have follow-up?
Well, yeah, I had a bunch of things I wanted to say.
Go on.
Turks, would you like to join us on this?
Y'all
also?
lost me at football.
I know. So let's put thoughts together because a lot of people are gonna be pissed at this.
Mm.
All right. So I truly believe this season has been awful for everybody. I don't think it's a great season. I don't think it was an enjoyable season. With the international breaks that come in every single time, all the COVIDs, all the injuries, it's a very weird season.
I agree. It's
That
a very weird season. I
very
agree with that.
weird season.
But in the sense of the Premier League, which is the English league, which is the one that I follow the most, it has been an extremely enjoyable season because of the amount of goals that have been happening. The defensive standards that have once existed have
I was speaking about
disappeared.
performance, not about goals.
No. So, and okay, in that sense, I agree. But in the sense of actual enjoyment, because I'm watching a game that has 6-7 goals on a regular basis, that it has been.
We
more
had
entertaining.
Barcelona walking in and out every single week, smacking 5 goals, and you guys are like, "Oh, that's normal. That's bullshit."
Barcelona is different, man.
No, there's no such thing. Again, that's why I'm saying performance overall. You're looking at, oh yeah, I see a match once a week that has 5 goals. I'm talking about throughout the whole match day.
Throughout the whole match day, it has not been.
It's not as exciting as before.
It has the standards haven't been as high as they were before.
And that's exactly my point. Looking at that, I started looking back. And then I started looking back from the 2000s and from the 90s. The 90s football and 2000s football are two different things. But 2010s just changed everything. The pace, the style of play, the formations. Like there's actually positions that are almost obsolete.
like the quality of the players as well, the quality of the coaching.
Everything. You had players. Right now we have like all this new young generation that grew up on Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, along many other greats that were there. They saw the end of Rooney, most of them. They saw Aguero.
Zidane, Ronaldinho.
Well, let's say actually no. Let's say if the kids were happy with Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi in 2010, and they were 10 years old, they're 20 right now. So you have
So it's
a
a newer generation.
yeah, it's a newer generation. You see them like you have players like Son. You can see a lot of
Inspiration.
yes from different players and so on. I was gonna say straight to Cristiano, but I don't want to compare anyone to Cristiano or Messi. I'm just saying there's so much that they give to the game that it became different. Even youngsters, freestyle football has been much better than it ever was before. You have people getting famous for just freestyle football. Well, anyway, so I think the 2010s was the best era And the fastest era where we saw football keep changing really, really quick. You saw, how many trebles did we see in the 2010s? Barcelona twice, Bayern Munich once or twice? Twice Bayern Munich. They won last season, the treble, wasn't it?
Yeah, twice.
Who else? Inter Milan?
Inter Milan at the start of it.
Yes.
Barcelona was 09 though. That was the first treble.
So let's put that aside. So they have one.
But
still.
so you're talking. So basically, what's happened is the trend has been growth over the years. You're going back to the 60s or the 70s or the 80s, and you look at the style of football. Like most of them, had big ass bellies. They would like drink beers and have fries before matches. They would smoke in between the halves. Like the level of physical quality wasn't there, and the level of tactical awareness wasn't there. A lot of them were like, okay, just kick it up high and chase it. That grew over time. That kept getting better and better and better until the 90s was considered the golden era. And then you had the thousands with players that exploded and teams that jumped in with so much money, and they raised like the profile of the game. So, and a rising tide lifts all boats. When the best team in the league becomes better, the teams that are right behind it need to catch up, and they need to be better. And everybody down the line needs to catch up and be better. And that's where you have sports science come in. This is where you have data analysis come in. This is where you have like even
the use of new technology in football.
Yeah, and you're looking even at the lifestyle of players. Like a kid that aspires to be an elite player, from the time he is 8 or 9, he has a regimen that he follows. He has a diet. He has, practice time. He has certain things that he does to keep up his, development. And it's not easy. It's not easy, honestly. Like I remember there was Cavani during the last World Cup. I think he spoke about the players being prisoners, and nobody really appreciates it, or nobody really sees it. And he talked about how from the outside, you guys think that our lifestyle is rosy. Because we get to make so much money, and we get to play football. Who wouldn't want that? But on the inside, you really don't see how difficult
it's a business.
You don't see how we have to miss holidays and weddings and Christmases because we have to go play on a game. You don't see how I get up 4 a.m. in the morning just to go and practice. How I can't have a steak. Like I can't have a damn steak. That's the kind of thing.
It's a controlled lifestyle.
Exactly, but on the reverse, you're making so much money.
True. Like that's the sacrifice you're making.
Like the amount of money top class footballers in Europe make today, for me, it's obscene. But I get it. It's a money business.
They retire really, really early.
They do. You have 10 years, 15 maximum.
Well, again, we're saying retire early if you were actually a good player. There are players that retire with nothing.
True. But that's the thing. It has become a business since 2010, and I think that's what changed football
since 2010. But
yeah, so I think 2010, the injection of money that got into it.
No, it started I think in 05, 06. That like in the mid thousands. That's when it started. That's when like you had, Chelsea was brought by a Russian oligarch, and he put so much money in the team. Like all the big teams started being snapped up by hedge funds and billionaires, and you had this
and TV rights.
And TV rights started going up, and then like you had this injection of money in the game that wasn't there before.
That's all right after Ronaldinho, right?
That was around the same time.
Yeah, Ronaldinho. Yeah, around that time when everything
2003.
Yeah, it's not getting better.
Have football time.
And then around 2010, with the whole Man City being acquired by Abu Dhabi and PSG being acquired by Qatar, that's when it exploded in the sense of okay, now you have entities that are clubs that have almost unlimited resources. So imagine how much they.
I think you're going way too fast.
No.
City was here for a while, for a while before PSG came along. PSG is the one that hurt the market the most.
City jumped, Abu Dhabi jumped in City in 08 or
exactly.
09. PSG jumped in 11 or 12.
How long did City take?
3-4 years.
For them to be, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 3-4 years.
It was a long process, and they were not going around smacking money every single corner the same way that they've been with Pep Guardiola.
The point is like...
They were spending, yes, but they were not doing this spending.
But the general point here is the amount of money that came into the game then, and interest kept rising. TV rights kept going up because more people were watching, more people were sharing things. It's getting more global. Twitter makes it so much easier to talk about it, to share. Social media helped with this explosion of sports.
But not only that, again, it's not because of only social media. How many superstars did we have in the 2010s?
And that's what I'm saying. The money that came in raised the quality of the standard of all the teams across Europe. And that's where you had so many more higher quality players come out compared to the years before. You had so many more.
But higher quality had nothing to do with the money injection. The higher quality came when it had to do with what's the name? with training centers.
No, but that's money, right?
Yeah, but mostly depends on the federation.
No, when you talk about like PSG, for example, starting to pool all the kids around Paris because now they
Yeah,
have the
but
resources.
again, does Paris have a great football federation?
France has a great football federation.
That's what I'm saying.
but-
Germany also has one.
Yes.
And that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling because of the federations, that's why we have quality players. That's what I'm saying. In 2010s, we had a lot of superstars. Not only Ronaldo and Messi, every team had 2 or 3. Ruben Ribery, Aguero, Yaya
Yeah,
Toure.
I see your point.
You guys had Lampard and Terry
And
and
Drogba.
Hazard and Drogba and there was more stars in the game compared to before. There were stars before, but these kind of stars that have an impact on a full team. Look,
See-
I could be wrong. But I feel like until 2010, it was still the same scenario of it's not a team game. You always had that one superstar that made a difference, like the Zidane that just walks around. You always had like 1 or 2 superstars. They made the difference, but it wasn't about the team. It was about the superstars.
Okay.
And I think from 2010 onward, it became more about the team. You still have clubs that play with the superstar. Just feed them the ball and see where it goes. But I feel like it became more tactical going to the superstar.
The difference, I think, is where
Because I feel like other teams became good and you became also good. So you have to find another way. And I think the only way to do that is for you to start from the back.
exactly, and not just that. Like in the 90s and the thousands, the teams that could afford the superstar were few and far between.
True.
So when the money
Hala
started,
Madrid.
when this money started getting into the game and more teams were able to get that same quality and caliber of player, and more teams have the ability to go and scout further afar to find that unpolished gem
True,
that
true.
they can bring back and train. Mane is a great example. Like Mane is a player that came from Southampton to Liverpool, and now he's a global superstar. This player, 20 years ago, I don't think you would have found him because he wouldn't have had the resources to be able to reach him. So I agree with your point of now it becoming a more team-based game because, again, everybody has those quality players. So we need to find an edge in order to compete. And I think the edge today, like the trend today, is how it's not how physical you can be, it's how far you can run. It's your endurance, it's how much you can press. It's basically
those lungs.
Exactly. It's basically you outrunning the other team. Like this is where the top teams separate themselves from the team below them. Like that's the trend. A couple of years ago, 10 years ago, it was all about technical players. It was all about like playing
Tiki-taka, Barcelona, holding the
tiki-taka,
ball,
exactly, all of that. So the trends,
suffocating the team.
the trends are always changing, but at the same time, the quality keeps getting higher and higher. And this is why you should watch football because you're missing out. bro.
Inshallah.
Like
Yeah.
you're
Inshallah.
missing out
No,
بكرة.
for real. Hey, Champions League.
look, there's so many details that I can't just pick one point, but this is a very, very long discussion.
It is.
I truly believe that the guys, if you guys listen to Arabic podcasts, there's a great podcast called Koramana, which our homies actually do.
Yes, they
Elmo, Boods, Alex,
and Shamsi sometimes.
and Shamsi sometimes. Whenever you see Shamsi,
Very rarely.
just stay for the guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
But try not to skip. Just stay for the guys. They do great coverage of European football. Great insight, great point of views. I really think that you guys should check them out. I think this should be a great topic for them to cover because it needs more depth into it.
It does.
And I don't want to go into it because I know we will spend 6-7 hours me on
No,
this
no,
discussion.
the guy. This is exactly the kind of thing.
But
that
I
guys will
think the
chew on.
2010s. Sorry, my chest has been off lately. The one thing I think in 2010s that happened that didn't happen before is that more people were actually interested in formations and how formation is being used in play.
tactics.
Yes, before it was like 4-3,
It was not just that.
4-2-3-1,
it's the stats.
4-4-2.
It's the stats.
and they were like, okay, the stats
the
also.
stats game has exploded. So
The
there's
stats game, I think that was to the fault of the media chasing Ronaldo and Messi. Because they were hat-tricking every single game.
No, but it became an industry. Like, so there's this
Opta.
Opta. There's this Twitter account called Opta, right? And these guys started tweeting in 2008, I think. And what they tweeted were the weirdest things. Like they would say, "Oh, this guy made this many passes," or "This guy made this many sprints," or "Oh, this guy." Did you know that
He
this guy?
successfully had 89% successful passes or
That's
whatever.
some fantasy football stuff.
No, and he started. It's like fun facts. It's like trivia, And he started basically building up his game until he became like a source of data for everybody playing. So people would go and they'd buy daily packages from him. Like, oh, I want to know how much, for example, this player ran, how many sprints did he make? You know, how many meters did he cover in like 6 games?
That's cool.
So the stats game has exploded to the point where you have stats now. There's something called XG. How many expected goals can a team have?
So
Like, I don't even know how they calculate that shit. You know?
that's what get to that point. One of Jay's nephews, that's exactly what happened. He came to me with an XG map. He's like, look at this. This is the player's map. This is the XG. What do you think? I'm like, what am I looking at?
Like, what is
Like,
this?
I didn't even reach this far.
It was a chart with graphs and
Yes,
shit. Yeah.
like specific details, and he's opening the app. He's looking at him. Oh, his last match. I'm like, are you all right? like, it's okay, Eddie.
The game is
let the man
becoming
play.
so much more detailed, man. It's so much more information around it.
You know what it sounds like? Again, you guys were never fans of baseball. I played baseball
He was.
for like a month.
Was I?
Or
Yeah.
2 months.
He had like
I
baseball
was in fourth
hats,
grade or something. What?
baseball
'Cause-
jackets.
Yeah, when you have baseball hats, you become a baseball fan, huh?
Weren't you a Dodgers fan?
What?
Okay, just never mind. Go on.
All right, man. This guy's passing out lights.
Sorry.
What's the name? It reminds me of baseball now. People who really love baseball, it's very technical.
It's a very stats-based game.
Yeah, and they love all the little details and math and adding and subtracting and dividing. It's like very, very like in tune and detailed. And I think football is going that route, even though football is so simple.
Well, you see, there's a saying by one of the players, like football is basically 11 men with a ball, and then the Germans win.
Wow.
Like 22 men playing with the ball, and then the Germans win.
Oh man,
No,
great point, great points, great points.
There's-
See, I stopped you right there because I know we will not
We'll
finish.
not stop. Yeah.
No, we'll not finish. I know there's like so many details. Again, I truly believe 2010s was the greatest era for football to date.
Turkey, Messi or Ronaldo?
I'm just glad you guys got this whole football thing out of the way. So
We got it out of our chest.
I hope it's not in the
Something.
next episode.
No, it's Champions League tonight, so we'll get it
Champions
out.
League tonight. We finish it up.
Okay.
You guys are gonna be in the desert.
I
this
am.
coming
I don't know
weekend.
about him.
So by the time everybody watches this, they'll be back. So Thursday's episode, we should have all the news of what happened.
Hopefully not dusty.
Hopefully not dusty, and hopefully you guys have a great time and you come back safe.
Inshallah.
And I'd like pictures.
Why is he
Turks is not going. Turks is a man.
Like he said, I give him a call. He's like, Ta'al al-Jum'ah.
I'll try.
Guys are
I just want
coming.
to relax. Man.
Turks is making
I
bread.
just wanna-
He's
yeah.
making
Keep it
bread.
at
I would
home.
love to. Actually, I might.
There you go. I gave him a
Don't
weekend.
give him ideas, bro.
I just hand off
Like,
great things to people.
We want him to come and cook for us.
I'm sorry.
Oh yay!
See?
Okay, that makes
They
sense.
don't want me.
That's
So who? Oh, so you don't give two shits about him.
No,
They want my
So you just use your
services.
friends. That's all you do.
One of the reasons we want him to come.
What's the other reason?
You know, to play Mafia.
Oh,
Again, you're just using him as a tool.
Wow.
Okay, to take good photographs.
Again.
You're still using him. Your man sucks to be your friend.
No,
Right?
honestly,
Anyway,
No, no.
I'm out.
Yo.
Peace.
Peace.
Love y'all.
We're
Thank you
good.
for watching. Please subscribe.
talking to them.
We appreciate y'all.
Share, like,
and
and everything.
Shamsi is not a great friend. I'm
I
just gonna say
am
that.
an awesome friend.
No, this guy he just uses and abuses.
What?
I don't know.
No.
no.
Can we go?
Peace.
now?
Can we
Peace.
go? Yeah.